Are you writing your personal statement and you're not sure where to start? Break it down. In today's video, we will be breaking your personal statement down into 3 parts, providing you with practical advice and guidance on how to write the best personal statement. Hello, my name is Antony, your independent and impartial careers advisor, helping you to make smart career decisions. Not only do we break the personal statement down into 3 parts, but I've also included some helpful tips and tricks for your personal statement. In a job interview, you have less than 3 seconds before a judgment is made on you. However, a personal statement, you have 4,000 characters or 47 lines to make the best first impression. So the personal statement can be broken down into 3 parts. The introduction, so why you are applying. Then there's the middle, which is where you demonstrate what you understand about the courses or the subject area, as well as demonstrating your skills, knowledge and experience. And then finally, there's the conclusion, how to end with a powerful reminder as to why you should get an offer. Let's take a look at each part in more detail. So part 1, introduction. In your introduction, you need to stand out, so you begin with a sentence that encourages your reader to keep reading and piques their curiosity. Don't start with, I'm interested in studying business because my mom runs her own business. Tell the story. Check out the differences in these 2 opening paragraphs. I want to study business because I did GCSE business and I am currently studying for my A-levels. Business has always fascinated me and is a lifelong ambition to study for a degree and to secure work in a business environment. Now let's have a look at the second option. My mother is my greatest inspiration. She inspires me every day, especially when she shares stories of her startup journey and how she has overcome adversity to run a successful global dropshipping business. My passion for the startup entrepreneurial culture was confirmed when I worked for a fast-paced, medium-sized marketing agency for my work placement. Studying a degree in international business management will help me understand business on a global stage and open doors to international opportunities. Here we have 2 opening paragraphs that say the same thing but in a very different way. One has depth and the other is more statement of facts and lacks any depth. The first paragraph is a waste of time and space because I already know your GCSEs as well as your A-levels, because you've already added them on your application. The second paragraph sets the scene and tells the reader so much more about you and your life experience, and it entices them to read on more. Not every personal statement will start like this, but you can see where I'm going with this. I'll leave it to you to make up your mind which opening paragraph is better. Now, I've seen opening paragraphs where people use quotes from films or philosophers, and then they go on to explain that quote and its relevance to the personal statement. Use your first paragraph to tell your story. Make it unique and keep the reader engaged. Hook them in. Let's jump into the main body of your personal statement, with the introduction and conclusion taking up around 25 to 30% of your personal statement. We have the middle section to write. There are a few things that you need to think about in this section, including what you already understand about the course or subject area, and showcase the skills, knowledge and experience that you have. The middle section is by far the more challenging of them all. It's also the section which is perhaps less structured from an advisory perspective, because it is where you have the freedom to express yourself. Focus on structuring this area yourself, because this is your chance to talk about your knowledge, your skills and your experience, and at the same time express some personality. Now, you'll need to draw examples from academic or even practical experience, including voluntary work, hobbies and your interests, as well as work experience. If you're applying for an academic subject, show that you're going beyond what your teacher is telling you to do. If you're doing an extended project and you've done lots of extra reading, for example, tell the admissions tutor what you've done and how this has prepared you for the course that you're applying for. If you're applying for a vocational course, let's say hospitality management, then use evidence that shows you are engaging with the profession, and use practical examples as to where you've developed experience in the context of the field that you're interested in studying. Whereas you may be applying for creative courses like fashion and design, make sure you talk about your experience of the industry and give relevant examples of your work where possible. Essentially, the middle part of your puzzle statement is where you can showcase your lived experience of the subject matter that you are interested in, using examples from school, college, paid work experience, or your hobbies and your interests. Now, one of the ways in which you can give your midsection some step is to match yourself against the specifications. So let me explain this in more detail. So go to the course page and carefully read through the requirements and expectations. You need to be lifting this content from their page and using it as a foundation for your personal statement. Another place you can do this is if you go to a website called Prospects. So search the profile on Prospects like so, and then read through this page. You'll find lots of useful information like things like responsibilities, qualifications and salary. You'll also get to a section called skills. Lift some of this content from the page and place them into your personal statement. So just choose a handful of bullet points. So the first one talks about personal qualities like emotional resilience, which is possibly one of the most essential characteristics of an aspiring doctor. You would reword this in your statement and give evidence of how you've developed and demonstrated these qualities. So you're matching and mirroring the expectations of you through your personal statement. You should do this for at least 2 or 3 of the main qualities listed, or the ones that are most relevant to you and the job. Now, part 3 for the conclusion, the final part of your personal statement. The conclusion should always help the reader to confirm their opinion of you. This section should be easy if you've set the foundations right in the early part of your personal statement. Use the final paragraph to reinforce and confirm your commitment as well as your enthusiasm and suitability for the course. Do not give your reader any reason to doubt you or say no. Your conclusion needs to be a powerful reminder as to why you are a good student and make a good fit for that institution. Here are 2 examples of conclusions that are very different. So example number 1, I really want to study software engineering because it has been a lifelong dream to work in a tech organisation like Google or Apple. Or example number 2, as an aspiring software engineer, I have worked hard to develop a range of skills in both academic and practical settings. My work experience at AE-wide technologies confirmed my career aspirations. Completing my undergraduate degree in software engineering will open up the doors to global opportunities which I can't wait to explore. I'll leave it up to you as to which paragraph's better. Now, before I finish, I've included some top tips as a bonus to help you get through your personal statement. Tip number 1, be prepared to write your personal statement in at least 3 drafts, if not more. Tip number 2, give yourself plenty of time. Get the final draft into your teacher's at least 3 weeks before their deadline. Might sound like an obvious one, but check spelling, punctuation and grammar. You can easily do this with things like Grammarly, which there is a free version of, but you could also ask a friend or a family member to read and critique it. Another helpful tip is to record yourself on your mobile device reading aloud your personal statement. When you do this, you can check for tone and check to see if you make any sense. Try it out. I use it for all of my important documents. And now, my next tip is to speak to the university directly. Now, you may speak to the recruitment advisor or admissions officer, but use this time to ask them specifically what they expect to see in your personal statement. They are very keen to answer this question. And now you can do this at an online open event or even offline. And if you can't do that, try and track somebody down by email. My next tip is to ask for help. The UCAS personal statement is a big deal, so treat it with respect, but also give it time and space. If you need help, go to your school's careers advisor or your tutor, or even ask family and friends for their support and encouragement. Then of course you can drop us a message. Now use our socials to do this. We may even put some specific content around the questions that you ask. I hope you found this video useful. Remember to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future careers content. See you next time.